So here we go with yet another success story with the sync licensing business. This is an email that I just received, and this producer actually wanted me to share this with you guys, just keeping his name confidential. So I've respected his wishes, so I won't be revealing that. But I want to read this email for you guys and show you, especially those that are maybe orchestral trailer producers, why getting involved with music libraries and the side of the industry that I basically have been teaching you about for many months, maybe some of you many years now, why this is the path of least resistance and why this particular composer got a placement within 6 months that landed him $9,000. Okay, so this is actual proof, again, once again in front of you, that this stuff really does work if you can just stick in there and actually do the work, okay? Hi, Jesse. Hope you're well. My name is, I'm not going to tell you guys. And I always watch your videos. I think your channel is great, and it was just really helpful for me. Just wanted to tell you my story as a producer in the production music industry. I'm a 25-year-old composer producer from Argentina. So this is also for those of you that are not in the States. Okay, if you're in the States, you literally have no excuses as to why you're not getting involved in this. But even if you're not in the States and this producer's from Argentina, you can obviously partner with U.S. companies and U.S. libraries. It's definitely possible. And I was doing some film scoring stuff for the last 6 years. The film music industry is really hard path to success, or even to start working on some paid gigs. I discovered the production music industry exactly 1 year ago, and I immediately started to work hard until now. Your videos were really important to keep going and constantly making tracks, pretty inspiring videos. So that was really cool for me to hear that my videos played some role in inspiring him and getting him excited about this side of the business. Here are some highlights until now, so check this stuff out. Multiple detections on TuneSat. TuneSat is where you can basically upload your own tracks, and if you get placements, it'll actually show you. It doesn't track every single placement that I've had in my experience, but it does track some of your placements, so just seeing those show up is really encouraging, especially since it takes so long to wait for the royalties to show up, 9, 12 months down the road. So he's seen multiple detections, multiple placements, basically. Signed with some major publishers, BMG, Warner Chappell, as well as some other well-known publishers. Big names, big companies. That's really awesome. I won my first award at the Production Music Awards Best Newcomer Award, so pretty cool. He's winning some awards in the industry very quickly, 6 months in. And my first trailer placement after 6 months in the industry, $9,000. So this is not the norm. I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't hear these kinds of stories too often. I do hear mostly students that get accepted by libraries and then they start the grind of building up their catalog before they get to these kind of opportunities. But as you can see, it's possible. 6 months, he's already getting this $9,000 opportunity for a trailer placement with one of his tracks. So obviously he's doing something right. He's partnering with the right companies and he's producing very licensable music. So well done to you, sir. Now check this out. I have had more success in this last year than in the last 6 years pursuing a paid gig to score a film. I still love film music though. I want you guys to take a second to absorb what that really means. So this producer was struggling, trying really hard to get into film scoring, directly composing for films, indie films, whatever it is he was going for. But when he finally tuned into sync licensing, TV licensing, trailer placements, that kind of a thing, in the manner that I teach you guys, he's had more success in 1 year than he ever had for 6 years going the other way. So he was smart enough to realize, whatever he was doing wasn't working that well. He tried something else, and now it's really paid off. $9,000 worth, it's already paid off. And that's not including probably a lot of these back-end royalties he's going to start seeing down the road, okay? So this is a really great example of a very smart composer that figured that whatever he was doing, whatever his journey was before this, wasn't getting him the results that he wanted, so he made a change. And that is the smart path to take. I strongly believe that this is the path that you will also see, the path of least resistance. You'll probably see more contracts, more checks, more acceptances, doing things this way than whatever you're doing now, okay? If you're kind of struggling and maybe you can relate to this, that you've been at it for 6 years, 10 years, I can relate to it because that's what I was doing with my band before I got involved with sync licensing. I was trying to go the record label route and try to get, signed and go on tour and all that kind of stuff. And nothing was working. No income. Minimal success, but not enough to actually show a promising future in front of me. And then when I got exposed to this business over 10 years ago, same thing with this composer. All the checks and contracts and success just started coming my way. And it was just like a no-brainer for me. I was like, duh, like whatever I was doing before doesn't work. This actually works. And it's so confirming and really cool for me to see that this is also proving true for a lot of other composers. Even this late into the process, right? So a lot of producers think, well, Jesse, you got started 10 years ago, so it's going to be easier for you. This is a producer who just got started in this business within the last year, okay? 2019 right now. So what's your excuse? Okay. He doesn't even live in the US. So I think English is probably his second language, obviously. So again, if this guy's doing it, what's your excuse? Why aren't you pursuing this industry? Why aren't you putting your tracks out there? Why aren't you submitting to libraries? Why aren't you improving your tracks and getting them up to par with the professionals out there? You can do it. Okay. We are not special people. The ones that succeed in this business, we're not specially, sent here from other planets. We are just like you. We live and breathe, and we're humans just like you guys. The one thing that we do, though, is we recognize if something we're doing in our career isn't working, and we make a change, and we follow in the footsteps of those who have actually had a proven success plan, sort of a blueprint for how they actually succeeded. So that's all that I teach you guys. It's exactly what I know, what I've lived, what I've experienced in my life for the last 10 years, over 10 years now. So I hope you're encouraged by this. I hope you can see that this is really something that can actually work for you. And please use this as motivation and a kick in the butt, okay? There's a lot of excuses that this producer could have for why he wasn't succeeding, okay? He doesn't speak English as his first language. He's not in the US. He could have burned out and said, I've tried it for 6 years. It's just not really working. I'm done. You list the amount of excuses. This producer could have absolutely done it. So my question for you is, what's yours? What's stopping you literally from getting started in the business? I hope there's nothing. I hope after seeing this, you realize whatever you think your big obstacles were, they're not that big, and you can absolutely get through them. So thank you guys so much. Make sure you leave a like if you found this useful.